you're planning a trip or you just want to know more about the beer scene in Bellingham, Washington, keep watching to get a quick tour of the beer destinations in this amazing city. Cheers. Welcome back to another Beer Scenes video. This time I'm up in the gorgeous town of Bellingham, Washington. It might seem like a small city, but don't let that fool you. Bellingham is a vibrant and unique destination filled with plenty of amazing breweries and beer stops. Even if you're only visiting for a couple of days, you can cover a whole lot of ground and hit up some really awesome spots out here. So without further ado, grab a beer and let's get into it. Stemma is a newer brewery on the Bellingham scene, but they're coming out of the gate strong. They have an awesome tap room and ample outdoor space, with lawn games for when the weather is being a solid bro. Their marketing is on point, and they have a nice variety of styles on offer when we visited. They fit right in with the Bellingham scene, and they're cranking out some great beer. Watch for more from this brewery in the future if you're located in the Pacific Northwest or you're visiting Bellingham. Just a 7-minute walk away is Kulshan Brewing. Kulshan Brewing is one of the older stalwarts of the Bellingham scene. With 2 other locations to visit, they certainly have the largest footprint of all the breweries in Bellingham. The Kulshan Sunnyland location is somewhat small, but it's where you can find some of the smaller batch beers, alongside their flagships, and their apéro, a half beer, half seltzer offering that was impressively tasty. It's got a nice outdoor beer garden and usually a food truck at the ready in case you're hungry. Always worth a stop when I swing through town. Just about 3 blocks away from Kulshan is Twin Sisters. Twin Sisters spared no expense, converting a massive warehouse into a very impressive restaurant and an amazing beer garden. It's a huge space and the place was packed. They offered a good variety with lagers, sours, and stouts to try out. Sadly, the bocce courts were looking pretty worse for the wear, but hey, with the amount of space they're working with here, you could just bring your own lawn games if you feel like playing something. We didn't really know what to expect coming here, but goddamn, this place is nice. Give it a look. A block and a half south, you'll find Otherlands. Otherlands is another upstart brewery, and they're making some big moves here in Bellingham. They're banging out awesome lagers and saisons like it's nobody's business. Their vegan-style kitchen is always slamming when we visit. As far as brewery tap rooms go, it's on the smaller side, so there might be a wait when you visit. Just be prepared for that. I'm here to tell you, though, the quality of the beers makes that wait worthwhile. Don't skip it if you're a lager or a saison fan, or if you're just looking for an amazing vegan meal here. A 10-minute walk or a 3-minute drive down south will take you over to Wander. Wander is another one of the older Bellingham brewery guard. You can expect to find an IPA-heavy draft list here, but Wander also continues to evolve and expand their barrel program. They occasionally make barrel-aged stouts, but lately they've been focusing more on sours. I tried a hazy IPA, a couple sours, a Kolsch, and a Pilsner here. They have a massive outdoor space that's really nice when the weather wants to cooperate. They're always dependable with a strong catalog of IPAs, lagers, and stouts on offer, so give Wander a look if you're in town. Just a 5-minute drive into the northwest part of town, you'll find Menace. Menace might be the smallest brewery in town, but they're always doing some interesting things. Each time that I've stopped in for beers here, the staff have always been so friendly and enthusiastic. It makes visiting the tap room all that much better. In addition to their Kolsch and their pub ale, I tried the Chili Bravo, a spicy English pale ale. They offer enough variety to satisfy most any palate, so give Menace a look and see what they're up to. I bet you'll be surprised. From here, head on down south towards the water. Okay, you can't visit Bellingham without making a detour out to Elizabeth Station. Elizabeth Station is not just an amazing bottle shop, but they also have a bunch of taps and plenty of styles. If you like to pick up a few souvenirs of some excellent local or Pacific Northwest beers, then Elizabeth Station needs to be on your list of stops. We were there on a hot-ass day, and they had us covered with some cocktail slushies. I also love their walk-in cooler that's open to customers, especially when you need to escape the heat. Incredible place and absolutely worth a stop. Only 6 blocks away is none other than Chuckanut. Prost! Chuckanut focuses primarily on classic German-style ales and lagers, and man do they nail it. The owners have a long and storied history in craft beer, and if you've ever heard of Thomas Kemper, then you're just scratching the surface. Their decades of experience shows, and as they love to say, the proof is in the sauce. I love their lagers, and whenever I visit, I get swept up into Oktoberfest vibes, and it just makes me happy. If you're into lagers like me, or you really appreciate German-style ales, then you absolutely have to check out Chuckanut. I'm sad to report Chuckanut lost their lease recently on their space. This legendary brewery most likely won't leave Bellingham as they're searching for a new space, but losing the iconic Bellingham taproom is definitely the end of an era, and I really hope Chuckanut finds a new home in Bellingham. It would just be a real shame if they don't find a really great space. From here, we'll head into downtown Bellingham and check out 1000 Acre. 1000 Acre is a cider taproom that's just killing it, with tons of taps, cider slushies, and even some beers if you really just can't handle the apple. I'm the first to admit, I'm not that big on ciders, but man, this place is just so awesome, and they took really damn good care of us when we visited. However, I'm really sad to report 1000 Acre Cider House shut down recently. It's a really unfortunate loss for Bellingham, as right now there's not really too many other cider options available. We got to meet the owners while we visited, and they were super nice to us. It's just tragic all around, and I guess I should be grateful for the few chances I did have to visit in documenting just how cool this place really was. Pour one out for 1000 Acre. Next up is Structures Brewing. Structures is doing some amazing work. They focus mainly on IPAs, but they also have a barrel program that's serious as a heart attack. They're killing it with lagers too recently, as I heard they lured away a brewer from Chuckanut, so that makes a lot of sense. Their taproom is tiny, but forget about that. You have to stop into Structures, especially if IPAs are your preferred style. They're the hippest and most sought-after brewery in town, no question about it. If you get a chance to try any of their barrel-aged offerings, man, you're gonna love it. And just a quick 3-minute walk away is Aslan Brewing. Aslan Brewing is now a major staple of Bellingham, thanks to their variety of lager, IPA, and sour offerings. But it's also because their restaurant is a local favorite. This place can get really busy, but I always try to stop in here for a flight whenever I'm in town. And thanks to the sheer variety on tap, I'm always surprised when I stop in. Their barrel-aged sours like Raspberry Dojo are excellent, and I'm excited to see more come from that program. If you're looking for another taproom that has food, Aslan's a great choice. Aslan has a second location just a block and a half away. It's called the Depot. This is one of our favorite stops each time we visit. You can't beat the Depot for the chillest vibe in the whole city. I love the relaxed atmosphere, the on-site bottle list, and the unique draft offerings here. You can also order food from the Aslan kitchen at their main location. Recently, they added a huge outdoor patio. Even if you visit Aslan proper, you really need to check out the Depot, especially if you want a quiet and chill wind-down spot with a great bottle list and some great taps. Two blocks from the Depot is none other than KPop. Alright, this place was too weird and funny for us to resist, so we had lunch at KPop. As the sign suggests, it's a Korean-influenced fried chicken and beer spot, though the bar was closed at the time we visited. With the rise of K-pop in the US, you might actually recognize some of the groups adorned on every wall around you while you're eating. Bellingham is a pretty quirky city, and K-pop is another super unique spot with lots of personality. And hey, the double fried chicken wings are pretty damn good too. Now we go south again, just a block and a half away to Boundary Bay Brewing. Founded in 1995, Boundary Bay is the oldest brewery still in operation in Bellingham, and they've withstood the test of time. They have their tried and true flagships like their Scotch Ale, but they're also venturing into newer IPA styles like milkshakes and hazies. They have an awesome outdoor beer garden with bands and a full kitchen. It's worth a stop if you're one for appreciating classic beer styles and checking out some of Bellingham's craft beer history. Then around the corner and across the street is Gruff Brewing. Gruff can be slightly tricky to find, but you'll be surprised once you do. Their backyard-style beer garden is awesome, with amazing bay views and lots of shade to chill under. The staff were very friendly to us, and we were digging the relaxed vibe here even during a brutal heat wave. And as a Bond fan, I couldn't resist getting the 007 IPA, even though I'm not the biggest hophead out there, not even by a mile. On a nice day, this amazing patio is going to be calling, so go ahead and check out Gruff. From here, we head back out towards the water for a pretty distinct industrial-looking area. This is where you'll find Kulshan Trackside. By far the newest spot in Bellingham, Trackside is a pop-up style outdoor beer garden experience from Kulshan. It's a really interesting spot near the waterfront, and it's right next to a pump track for all you sick pinners out there. On a nice day, this place is fully kitted out to be the perfect place to chill and enjoy the breeze with some beers. It's a great concept, and I can't think of any better way to execute it. I hope Trackside remains a permanent option for Bellingham residents and visitors alike. Be sure to check it out while you can, especially if the weather is nice. And for our last stop, either a 12-minute walk or a 3-minute drive brings you out to Flatstick Bellingham. Flatstick Pub's an awesome place, with an indoor 9-hole mini golf course and some other silly bar games that utilize a golf ball in very creative ways. Their pizzas are delicious, and their tap list is always chock full of Pacific Northwest bangers. I would be dumbfounded if anybody would be disappointed by visiting Flatstick. The place is just so much damn fun. I'm the first to admit I suck at putting, but there's something truly magical about drinking a beer and mini golf. Needless to say, Flatstick comes highly recommended. It's a nice break from the brewery hopping, and what's better than talking shit and hitting some golf balls? Don't miss it. Well, that's going to do it for the Beer Scenes report from Bellingham, Washington. It's a really cool town and a fun place to visit with some kick-ass restaurants and a cozy downtown area that's really walkable. Needless to say, you won't be lacking in any great beer destinations here, and it's a beautiful part of the state. Hope this video is entertaining and informative. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. If not, please leave a comment below and let me know how I can make the next Beer Scenes video even better. If you have any other destinations or any other ideas you want to see a video on, let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next Beer Scenes report, and go give some of these awesome destinations some love. Cheers everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you for the next one.